This is madness. My brother's last will and testament. That would mean that he had chosen to die.
That is what it would mean, yes. Well, didn't the autopsy also say something about a duel? That's from other superficial external wounds indicative of a duel. Also, they had a duel, but the stab wound could have been from something else, possibly.
No, impossible. That is utterly out of the question.
Lord Van Zieks. Did Clint have a dog?
Clint? Was it you? Clint was pursuing the professor. He consumed him day and night. Whatever happened, he would never have abandoned his investigation before its conclusion. Never. He wouldn't rest until the job was done. Until the killer was caught. The idea that he would willingly accept his own death is obscene.
And yet, we can be sure that he was writing his will in moments before his death. Well, we can't be for sure. It could just be a coincidence that one had red ink and the other one had like red ink document. Anything about a dog? Hey yo, you got any mentions of a dog? Did you like a dog? My bad. Alright. And that Genshin Asogi came to be in possession of that document. So what could the will possibly have contained? Clearly something that couldn't be made public under any circumstances whatsoever. Because armed with that document, my father was able to negotiate with the judiciary for his life. It was something so damning that it prompted the powers that to be enact that daring Sorry. It was something so damning that it prompted the powers that to enact that daring jailbreak plot. Yes, there can be no question that the will contained information about the utmost secrecy. Information of the utmost secrecy. No, it couldn't be. What is he even alluding to?
I've heard more than enough. Pursuing this notion of a phantom will nobody can attest to having seen serves absolutely no purpose.
No, my lord,
that's unacceptable. What did you say, counsel?
The last will and testament that Genshin Asogi had in his possession was that of Lord Clint Van Zieks. All the testimony and evidence presented to the court has logically led us to that as a possibility. We have a duty to pursue the line of reasoning to its conclusions. But with no possible means of knowing the contents of the document, there is no line of reasoning to pursue. He's got a point there. The reason why Lord Clint Van Zieks, a man of high noble standings, would have chosen death. Information so secret, people in judiciary would be willing to negotiate the jailbreak of a condemned killer. The only explanation that fits those facts is an unthinkable truth that turns absolutely everything on its head. I have no idea what they were alluding to. I can only think of either Strongheart, or the fact that it was a noble that it was actually the serial killer, or that Clint was the one who did it, or something that's gonna start a war. I don't know. But it's just too hideous. Miss Naruhodo. However difficult the situation might become, you work with your client in pursuit of the truth. That's what you resolved to do when you entered the courtroom this morning, if I'm not mistaken. Mrs. Sato. So hold your head high and keep soldiering on. Yes, you're right. 10 years ago, in his final moments, Lord Clint Van Zieks left behind a will. A will that Genshin Asogi was able to use as a weapon to negotiate his escape from prison. In all probability, the details in the will were related to the professor case. The defense's last statement is mere conjecture. What are you getting at, man? Ryunosuke? As soon as these words come out of my mouth, there's no going back. I believe that the last will and testament of Lord Clint Van Zieks was in fact You can do this, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe that what Lord Clint Van Zieks actually penned that day was a confession. A confession? regarding the mass murderer known as the Professor and his true identity.
Enough, Council. What are you saying? Do you even realize? Confession about the true identity of the Professor. That would mean...
Lord Van Zieks, I appreciate this must be hard to take in, but it's the only explanation that fits. The killer that terrorized London a decade ago and became known as the Professor. The man believed to have murdered 5 members of the aristocracy. It wasn't Genshin Asogi at all.
Why are you shocked? Oh, I guess he's shocked about the implications of it. I was like, what? My father didn't do it?
No, you can't be suggesting. It was in fact the man believed to have been the 5th victim.
Lord Clint Van Zieks himself. Thinking about it, they did say that after those nobles were killed, things were better off something in terms of society. So the people that he had presumably killed off were like, what, bad? Oh, Baroque, no. They're all like, oh goddamn. It's finally open, is it? Pandora's box.
The great Van Zieks family, they've been thoroughbreds of the British judiciary for years.
Lord Clint Van Zieks was a paragon of justice in the capital.
But he was actually a mass murderer, a perpetrator of atrocities of the vilest nature.
The general public never found out. Law and order in this country had been finished. Oh, my brother.
Oh, this is too awful. Poor Lord Van Zieks. I wonder though, did he never suspect? Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Baron Van Zieks is a brilliant prosecutor. Is it conceivable that he didn't realize what his older brother really was?
Order in court.
Lord Van Zieks. The professor made use of an enormous hound as his murder weapon. Tell me, did your brother own a dog?
Yes, he did. Balmung. He was a well-known hunting dog. People called him a giant.
Where is he?
I don't believe this. When my brother would go hunting in the forests of the grounds behind the house, he always took Balmung. After Clint's death, the creature passed away too, almost as if he were following his master.
Oh.
He was a magnificent hunting dog, worthy of the jewel-studded collar around his neck.
Jewel?
Jewel-studded collar.
The ring?
That's right, though sadly, some years ago now, it was stolen by a thief who broke into the house one night.
The jewel-studded collar, stolen by a thief.
Wait! Oh, I just remembered. Was it from this game? Yes, it was from this game. With the sham spear guy, they found a collar. Holy shit! I completely forgot about that. That ties it in. Oh, that's the bound. Wait, I mean, well, we knew it was the bound of the the Hound of the Baskerville. Holy shit! I didn't. Man, it so happens that myself and my colleagues have come across such a collar during our time in London. How could you?
There was an old emblem attached to the collar too, made of pure gold.
Right, I had forgotten what. Oh, there's blood on it. How? Oh, well, I guess when he was mauling the people, blood would have gone on it.
It was topped with a small crown and bore an ornate capital letter P.
What? An emblem bearing the initial B.
Oh my, you know it.
It's the insignia of the Baskerville family.
Are you Baskerville?
What? The Baskerville? Why is that name coming up now?
Who's the Baskerville? What?
Baskerville is the family name of my late brother's widow. Oh!
Sister-in-law.
That pure gold emblem was an heirloom, which Clint acquired upon their marriage. Oh, Clint was married! I mean, it doesn't matter, but there can be no doubt then. The collar you've described was Balmung's.
family insignia of Lord Clint Van Ziek's widow. There was a considerable amount of blood on the collar when we saw it. Since we know the dog was used for hunting, it could have been from its quarry, of course. But it could equally have been from human prey. Oh no, Baruch, so it's true then? Clint Van Zieks really was a professor. Impossible! These Japanese are making him exonerate their own! So in fact, the person responsible for these murders of nobles and royals was a noble himself. And that threatened to be an enormous scandal that would irrevocably destabilize British society. My father knew that, and was using it to negotiate his way out of the unjust charges brought against him. But at the very last hour, those he bargained with betrayed him, slaying him mercilessly on foreign soil. Well, can you deny it, Lord Strongheart? 10 years have passed, and still now, the 6 million inhabitants of our great capital rest easily believing that justice was done. That thought his anonymity remains. The diabolical murderer was caught and executed. Very well then. You may have the truth. Can we trust you? Were you the one who shot Genshin when he crawled out of the coffin? Tell me then. Tell me what Clint really was. Lord Clint Van Zieks was too pure of heart. When he became a prosecutor and went in pursuit of the black roots of crime, he drove himself into a corner. Right, because all the nobles were... He came to the uncomfortable realization that to fight the most fiendish of criminals requires one to become even more fiendish oneself. Clint. That's it, that's the story. Thanks for watching. What? Give us more! Oh shit. 19th century was a truly miraculous 100 years for Great Britain, and indeed the whole world. New industries, newer technology, and with the birth of the Metropolitan Police Service, new law and order. But these dazzling new developments meant even deeper shadows were cast on the society. Water sullied by factories, air thick with noxious fumes and crime, growing daily to fill the darkness. Lord Clint Van Zieks made it his mission to combat that darkness. But as time went on, it slowly ate at his soul, until eventually, he was consumed. It's ironic, really, and somewhat surprising, that the truth has once again been unearthed by a Japanese. Once again? What do you mean? 10 years ago, your father, Genshin Osogi, turned up at my office one night. Professor! Yes, beyond all shadow of a doubt. You must issue a warrant to search his home at once. Don't be absurd. That man comes from one of our country's most illustrious families. He's a paragon of justice here in the capital. Yes, that's the point. That's why none of your British can see it. He's using his noble status as a diversion, whilst he commits these atrocious crimes behind the scenes. You have evidence. Nothing definitive as yet. But he keeps an enormous savage hound on the estate. We need the full support of the judiciary for this. We're up against a member of the aristocracy. Oh, Genshin. So a large family estate has a fierce guard dog. You should know that's commonplace here in Britain. I'm sorry. I can't possibly put Scotland Yard onto this based on the tenuous accusations of a visiting student. He's got a point there. Turned down Osogi's plea, and as a result, he took it upon himself to visit the Van Zieks mansions on his own. You can only imagine now what happened between the two men. Though we know the outcome, of course. Lord Clint Van Zieks perished. I don't believe this. So, in actual fact, Kazuma-sama's father did. He made the late Lord Van Zieks meet the same fate. He put a permanent end to the professor's killings. By taking the drastic measure of ending the perpetrator's life.
As soon as I hurried to the mansion. When I arrived, it was easy to grasp what had happened.
And what about the will?
Sogi must have already taken it. Nothing of that nature was found at the scene. We had no idea of the existence of such a document at that time. I was the only person who knew of the true identity of the professor. So, I resolved to keep it a secret, and to guard the secret to the bitter end.
So you're admitting to it? That you were behind it all?
It was you, then, who pinned the crime to my father! I did what needed to be done in order to protect the law and order of the British Empire. Even if that meant employing an unforgivable ruse.
Then it was you who arranged this fabricated evidence!
I ordered that detective to take care of it, whilst keeping the truth from him, naturally.
Gregson.
Obviously, he opposed me at first.
Are you off your rocker? We can't do something like that!
There's no question that it was Asogi who murdered Lord Van Zieks. The house staff has made statements that they saw the man running from the mansion that night.
Yes, well, I've no doubt it was that Japanese fella. But we haven't got a shred of conclusive evidence against that man. And worse than that, he doesn't keep a dog. So we're short of a murder weapon to boot.
And we're short on time, Gregson.
We must put a stop to this man's rampage, for the good of the country.
So we'll use whatever means necessary. Do I make myself clear, Detective?
Blimey. Oh, Gregson, you dodo head.
So that night 10 years ago, when I was attacked by those thugs in the back streets, and Genshin's ring was taken. That was him, was it? That was Gregson and some hired help?
Then the detective handed the stolen ring to Dr. Wilson, who feigned his discovery from the victim's stomach during that autopsy. And in light of that decisive evidence, Mr. Asogi was found guilty of the charges brought against him. However, behind the scenes, he had actually already struck a deal with his accusers, in which he agreed to silently accept the charges.
What an idiot. Well, I guess he's not an idiot because he did kill Van Zieks, presumably.
But I just don't believe that part. As far as I knew the man, my father despised such underhand dealings.
It was extremely easy to make him comply. You see, he had one crippling weakness.
What weakness?
Isn't it obvious? You, Kazuma Asogi.
Oh, don't smile, you're evil! Me!
Perhaps you have no desire to return to your homeland, Asogi.
What?
Though I hear you have a 14-year-old son. Agree to cooperate and accept your guilt without contention. And you will see Japan and your son again.
You scoundrel!
Whether you choose, wisely or not, it will be a closed trial by order of Her Majesty. So whatever rash claims you might make in court, you'll have no trouble in stifling them. There's only one outcome for you, Asogi. The gallows. Don't forget that I still have a weapon at my disposal. A document revealing the truth that I know you're desperate to keep hidden. Yes, it hadn't escaped my mind, which is the only reason I'm willing to bargain with you. I only want to protect this country's law and order. You understand? So, what's it to be, Asogi?
Kazuma.
Oh, Genshin.
He did it for me?
And as I told him at the time,
My motive was simply to protect Britain from the damage the truth would do. To protect this country's law and order at any cost. You're so evil. He's not even looking down at anybody. I've never dared let myself even consider this possibility until now. But in the light of all this treachery, I have to ask. The mastermind behind the Reaper of the Bailey. Was it you, Lord Male Strongheart? Rather brilliant idea, wouldn't you say, Lord Barak Van Seeks? That the spirit of your late brother, that paragon of justice, should return to reap justice for his sibling. Could there be a more appetizing tale for London's masses, I ask you? What? What reason? I knew that you'd play the part to perfection. But your role really wasn't that of some embodiment of death. No. You were London's guardian angel. An angel with bloody hands? I think not. Those who had cooperated with me already were already too happy to participate in my plan. Inspector Gregson, Dr. Wilson. My minions worked tirelessly to ensure that the finger of guilt could never come to rest on you. All thanks to them that you were exalted as the demigod the Reaper became. But Dr. Wilson left Britain 4 years ago, when he was invited to work in Japan. That's right. So I had to employ the services of his young protege after that. Dr. Courtney Sith. Dr. Sith. So what with the execution of the professor and the subsequent reign of the Reaper of the Bailey, I've successfully safeguarded law and order in our mighty capital for the past decade. That is everything. No, there's gotta be more. There's something else to it. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, I do hereby confess, it was I who sired the concept of the Reaper. However, let me say in my defense, it was all for the preservation of law and order across the entire empire. What's stopping? What? Lord Strongheart did it? An unforgivable collection of crimes, but still, all those who died at the Reaper's hands were rotten to the core anyway. It was all in aid of keeping London safe. He's clearly, like, he must be spinning the truth some way to make it favorable for him in his stupid country. There's no one left now who can reveal the precise truth of what happened 10 years ago. Therefore, this trial can go no further. Now, I would like to entreat all those present. Beyond these 4 walls, nobody needs to know the truth. Even Her Majesty must be protected from this. I trust you all appreciate the importance of my request. It is, of course, for the good of the country. The country can always eat shit, dog. I know it's not the end. Can he do this? Can the trial really end now?
Welcome.
Oh, we haven't pulled the bunny ear yet. We're not done. I knew we weren't done. I have one question. For the accused, Lord Van Zieks. What? Of course, I know that you're a highly accomplished prosecutor. So I find it hard to believe that you didn't have any doubts at all. That you never suspected your older brother. Yes, the same thought occurred to me. It was only once, but yes, I couldn't say that I never had my doubts. One time is all you need. My brother's sense of justice was extremely strong. Perhaps too strong, I observed. At that time, there were members of the aristocracy who were bleeding the country dry for their own gain. Since they were noble, they were untouchable. And for my brother, it was a source of great turmoil. And coincidentally, at the same time, the professor began his terrifying reign. During that time of the professor's killings, my brother did not appear to be himself. And that made you suspect? Yes. but it was only once, not more. Only once? Really? Clint wasn't the culprit. That was my conclusion at the time. I still believe that now. Do you have any evidence to support that idea? The third victim was the Lord Chief Justice at the time. Yeah, it was strong. It must have been Strongheart that pulled all of it, and Clint just like, I don't know, played along or was just a victim to it all. It was he who recognized my brother's potential and trained him as a prosecutor. No matter what the circumstances, it's unthinkable that my brother could have killed his friend and mentor. Yeah, you can't trust anything Strongheart says because he's saying all this stuff that he put into action. There's nothing stopping him from, like, keeping the truth from you guys. Come on. That will do. Neither Clint Van Zieks nor Genshin Asogi will walk this earth. Or still walk this earth. However much we debate this matter now, we cannot hope to reach a conclusion. But there were only two extant pieces of evidence from the time. The woebegone ring that acted as an incriminating evidence to condemn Genshin Asogi, and the 3-page last will and testament penned in black ink and left behind by the man. 3-paged? 3-paged? My man said 3-page? Excuse me? There it is! I knew it! I knew there had to be a missing page on this stupid thing! The wretched truth of what happened is exactly as I've explained. Naruhodo, come on, come on, come on, come on, Naruhodo, you can do it. I know you know it. I know you noticed it. Later today, I will present myself at the Ministry of Justice for whatever sanction is deemed appropriate. That is all. Court is adjourned. Nope. Nope. Stop. Stop. I'm here. Stop. I'm raising my hand. He said 3 pages. Yeah. Thank you, Kazuma. Me? If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have made this 11th hour discovery. What discovery? My lord, I'm afraid. I must insist the trial continues. I beg your pardon? As the court has been reminded today already, we must stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth. And to that end, one particular statement made by somebody in this courtroom moments ago, yeah, you know, the only person that's talked, revealed a very subtle contradiction. What contradiction? But all I did was ask the accused one simple question. It's okay, guys, we got you. Don't worry, you can rest easy. Rest easy, King. Well, it began with Lord Van Zieks and his recollection about his brother. But Lord Strongheart didn't permit the defendant to speak at length. I merely pointed out that we can draw no further useful conclusions here. Where on earth is the contradiction? Come on! One of them definitely just said something contradictory. It's time to Ah! Ah! I pressed the button too many times! I didn't mean it, Zeeks! I'm so sorry! No! It wasn't! No! My TV shut off for a second. It went black. Okay, sorry, table. I'm sweating so profusely now. Fuck! Blah 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 blah. Okay, we made it back. All right. Okay. It's like that was the worst. That was the biggest mistake of my damn life. It was Lord Strongheart. I'm sure of it. Something he said was slightly off. Come on, Ryunosuke. Think back over his words. Find the problem. I know what it is! Ah, blah, 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 neither Clint nor Vegeta got so walk this earth. However much we debate this matter now, we cannot hope to retreat from the conclusion. Oh, 3-page will! 3-page will! Woebegons of a ring in the 3-page will! The 3-page will! I'm losing my damn mind. Lord Strongheart, would you care to explain? Explain what, Counsel? Among the statements you made just a few moments ago, something you said was inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence we have. Inconsistent? And whilst an inconsistency remains, the defense has a right to pursue an explanation. Ryunosuke, what? Let me warn you about the statements you are making, Counsel. They may very well prove fatal. Not if I save this time. Claim my words contain a contradiction. With what piece of evidence, I ask you? Where is it? 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 Boom! This here is the will left behind by Mr. Asogi. The 2-paged will. What? Yet moments ago, your precise words were the 3-page last will and testament. Ah! Could it be that originally there was a 3rd page? For a moment, I thought perhaps you'd identify something worthwhile. But it's a mere trifle, I see. Trifle like the pages of the will and testament. Strongheart, I'm on to you. A trifle. Governor Caden. Hey, what can I do for you, sir? You were present when the Japanese man penned his last will and testament. Hey, I was there for sure. I remember the black worm-like scrawl to this day. Whatever. And I'm quite certain, my lord, that there was a 3rd page at the time. What? Only the first 2 pages were the actual will, though. If I mind correctly, what was it? The 3rd was a message to his lad back in Japan. I completely forgot what his was. Whatever. For legal purposes, we require only his will. Are we going to have any I'm losing my damn mind. Uncomfortable words will Britain get back to Japan, eh? So it was decided at the 3rd page. I have been sent. That's not your place, sister. How dare you make that decision? I had a right to know what is said, to hear my father's final words to me. The courtroom is no place for sentimentality, counsel. If it involves a will, it should. How's it happened? I have the 3rd page of the document with me here now. Oh, you weren't gonna fucking bring it up until now? You're just sitting quietly in your pocket? My father's message. It will be given to you at the end of these proceedings. No, I want to read. It'll be too late once the trial is over. We need to know what it says now. Even the slightest thing may give us a vital clue. My lord, the defense calls for Genshin Asogi's last words to his son to be read out loud before the court now. Your request is denied. The inevitable maudlin words can be of no consequences now. Maudlin? The prosecution agrees. The court should know the contents of that message. Every possible piece of evidence must be thoroughly examined. Very well then, Governor Caden. You will read the 3rd page of the document for all present to hear. Yes, sir! Only, I should point out, my lord, it's in Japanese, isn't it? How can you read it? I can't actually read where language. This beautiful handwriting, shame on you, Barry. Oh, is it Mikotoba? Oh god. You phased in. If I could be of assistance here, I would be happy to translate the words into English for the court. Father! You're still here, are you, Dr. Mikotoba? Well, you never told me to leave. Naturally, I consider myself a member of the judiciary, albeit a lowly one. But perhaps I should quietly withdraw after I've translated Genshin's message. Your cooperation is much appreciated. There's something stopping him from lying, though, technically, but I know he won't lie. Dear Cosmo. Oh. Cosmo, the truth is shrouded in darkness. The darkness only our clan's great sword can pierce. Mighty Karuma, twist thy head and watch them fall. All thy mortal foes. Twist the head of the sword? That's the end of the message, it would seem. A haiku poem. Twist thy head. Father. What is this? What is Karuma? The name of the Asogi clan's famous sword. A razor-sharp blade known to all, passed down from generations. It embodies the Japanese spirit. It's not known to me. You're not Japanese, you dumb bitch. It's the katana sword that was submitted as evidence earlier in this proceedings. I didn't realize I had it on. I didn't realize I had it. I was wondering why I didn't see it on Cosmo. Twist it! I can't twist it! Twist it! Bop it! Something! Please! I mean, you have to wait for him to say it. I'm gonna click on it anyway. Karuma. Oh, what a beaut. Twist thine head, evildoer. Twist the head of the. Okay, fine. I'll just wait for him to say something. The one warned by the prosecution counsel when he confronted Inspector Gregson. All these procrastinations are beginning to try my patience. Adjournment of this court is long overdue. As a presiding judge, I have been as accommodating as possible of the will of the courtroom. However, despite all that, no new information has come to light. Stop trying to stop this and just let us examine the damn sword. In pursuit of justice, Lord Clint Van Zeeks tragically lost all sense of morality. When he murdered his former mentor, clearly he was already devoid of his normal faculties. How dare you! I refuse to believe that of my brother! Too much time has passed. We cannot ever hope to know more than we do now. Especially since the alleged will that he penned in his final moments appeared to have been lost forever. Or it's in the sword. Lord Strongheart, you appear to be in something of a hurry to wrap things up. I wonder why. We've heard you state time and again during these proceedings that everything you did was in the interest of protecting British law and order. And I stand by that. Without the report, you could never have achieved the reduction in crime the capital has seen. What about Inspector Gregson then? And Dr. Wilson? They were no criminals. You used them to achieve your ends, and then you had them killed. However you dress it up, there was nothing fair or just about that. Lord Strongheart, what exactly is it you're hiding? That he's the killer of all the things, Dr. Mikotoba. Were you not to quietly withdraw to the translation of your former associate's will? I don't know, you're about to end court proceedings anyway. I can stick around. In this courtroom, no arguments carry weight unless it is supported by evidence. And it would seem that the defense has no more evidence to present. When do I ring the ear? In which case? I hereby order all discourse from this proceedings to be struck from the record. What, bitch? No? I didn't sweat and bleed for this. I'm not bleeding, but I didn't sweat for this to just be struck from the record. This is my last chance. It's Naruhodo! I have to present some decisive evidence now, or it's all over. But can I? I don't know. Am I supposed to present it? Am I supposed to examine it first? I don't know if it wants me to, like, it can go both ways. It can be like, oh, I have evidence to present. I'm gonna show this bunny, and then I'll be like, I'll show you. And when I pull it. Let me present the bunny. I'm gonna present the bunny. Wait, my lord. As it happens, the defense does have evidence to present. What? Don't be absurd. There's nothing irrelevant remaining from the time. It's high time that you realize something, my lord. They're reacting in a way that's positive. This gentleman has an uncanny habit of producing evidence at the final hour. That habit escaped everyone else's attention. Nonsense. What is it, Ryunosuke? What do you have? I dare say, the final, decisive piece of evidence that will reveal the whole truth about this rotten tale. How can you... Decisive? Well, it would appear there's no escaping it now, my lord. Let it be so then. Present whatever you think you have that could settle this decade-old enigma, if you're capable. What exactly is this evidence that the defense claims to be so decisive? This is gonna be awkward, but I also only have 1 peg of health left. It's not this. I can't do anything with the sword, right? I can't. But it's a good thing I never said the bunny! Twist thy head and watch them fall, all thy mortal foes. That's the proper way to use a sword, is it? Maybe I should try it. It hurts my neck, that's the trouble. Miss Naruhodo, if I might make a suggestion, I think perhaps it doesn't mean your head. Oh, I once studied the history and development of the katana some time ago. And as I'm sure you're probably aware, the sword's head is the part of the very end of the hilt.
Look at that low pixels.
It's written as head in Japanese, but it's pronounced kashira, I believe. Kashira? So Mr. Asogi's word really means twist the butt of the hilt. You don't think?
Do it. There it is! It's a paper! Ah! Look what's inside it. I don't know why I'm surprised by it.
Is that a tightly wound sheet of parchment?
There it is.
Scarlet ink. It's written in scarlet ink. I penned this, my last will and testament, in the final moments before my inevitable and willing death. This is it, isn't it? It's Naruhodo! Look at the signature at the end! Clint Van Zieks. And the date, 10 years ago on that fateful night. So for 10 years, it's been silently concealed inside Karuma and nobody knew. The last will and testament of Lord Clint Van Zieks. Wait. Oh my goodness. Look at this. This is unbelievable.
Can we read it? Oh, I can't click on it. I guess we'll find out in the story.
There's a single piece of evidence that can clarify what really happened 10 years ago.
When do I pull on the ear?
The last will and testament of Lord Clint Van Zieks.
Ha! A wonderfully astute observation, I'm sure. But in case it has escaped your notice, that document is long lost. Or long ago, whatever.
That's right. It was. Only, I have it right here. Discovered just moments ago.
By Herlock. Impossible! That can't be!
Everything that's happened comes back to this will. This document is the key that will unlock the entire mystery.
Oh, he look mad! Gah! Oh, he mad. There it is. There's the mad face. My brother's lost will and testament. Where did you find that?
It was rolled up inside this.
That seems short.
Inside Karuma. The ultimate weapon Genshin Asogi obtained has lain undisturbed in the hilt of his sword all these years. Just waiting for the right time to emerge and reveal the truth.
Signature and seal. Certainly look official. My God, it's true. It's my brother's handwriting. There can be no mistake. I forbid the contents of the document from being read out. Do you hear me? I strictly forbid it.
You can't tell me what to do. It's my paper.
You can't do that, my lord. This document could explain everything. This document could literally destroy the meaning of justice in this country. I demand that you hand it to me at once.
No?
Why? What are you trying to hide? You think I haven't read it yet, you bitch?
Could it be that you already know what's written on this page?
What are you implying? Court is adjourned with immediate effect. Clear the courtroom. Do that, my lord. Oh, what happened there? And you'll suffer a fatal blow as Lord Chief Justice. I beg your pardon.
Forcibly ending a trial without good reason.
Not any trial. A closed trial by order of Her Majesty the Queen. To defy the monarch's will is treason.
Lord Clint Van Zieks really did pen a will that day. It's exactly as the young Japanese man said. Look at us, look how flat we are, our silhouettes. Read it out, we have a right to hear what's in that will. A right and a duty.
Well, my lord. It would rather appear as though proceedings aren't going to quite as you hope. You fools.
Go ahead, Ryunosuke. Read it. Prosecution gives it full support. Very well then.
Oh, for God's sake.